guys, how do you normally start your garden work on a daily basis? Because trust me, that was a good little workout. Today is a very overcast day. It's feeling cool, but I am already sweating, and that is actually good for me. Anyways, if this is your first time joining me, I am the Glades Garden Girl over here in Zone 10A, Florida. In today's video, it is going to be somewhat different because I have been actually thinking about that one thing that I hate to do in gardening. It might come as a surprise to some persons. Some persons might actually share the same sentiment. But anyways, in all my almost 5 years of gardening, I have come to realize that the one thing I hate in gardening is to spend money. Honestly, I wouldn't mind if I could get all of my containers, all the soil, all the seeds, basically everything that I use in gardening for free. Guys, I know it is very early in the video, but just comment down below and let me know if you share the same sentiment as I do, because I really and truly hate spending money in gardening. Now, I am going to show you exactly what I have been doing to save money in my garden, especially with containers. So basically, sourcing containers can be a very challenging one if you are trying to find a particular type of container, because I am aware of the fact that some persons is not able to garden in some areas that they are right now, and it can be a little bit challenging to obtain like certain type of containers, maybe like even the barrels that I use. All right, so I am going back on my deck because I'm going to start there. And guys, you are going to be shocked to see some of the things that I actually salvage to do my gardening. All right, and come next year, I am going to try my best to help you guys to save as much money as possible. All right guys, so I am starting in this corner right here. Okay, these are some terracotta pots, and these are the last set of pots that I salvaged from the trash. I was coming home from work one day and I saw them in the trash. I ran home so fast to put down my bag, and I went back and I got these containers. I'm going to put a link in the description with that video to show when I was salvaging these terracotta pots. And these ones, I believed I purchased some other plant in them, and they were planted out in the garden, and now I have my ornamental aloe vera in them. Now underneath here, these are some bowls. I actually got these bowls from a family friend. Yes, and these ones back here, my mom gave them to me because she loves flowers, and I think she goes to Walmart or those garden centers to buy flowers like every single week. Also, I have this that I salvaged from the trash with the platter. There's nothing in it as yet. And here is two more of the pots that I salvaged. The platters, I bought these at the dollar store, and they are very, very strong. I think they even have some little wheels at the bottom. Yeah. And this is another pot that was salvaged. I think my husband brought this one home. Here they are. And as for this is going to be a little garden all by itself. I think I used it one time with another container inside of it to plant something, but it's now over here because I was trying to clean away an area recently to put this back there so I can start a very new mobile garden. Okay, so this is not being used right now, but I am pretty sure that something can be planted in it. Inside of it, it's cotton material, and it does have these handles on it that you can lift it to put it anywhere you want to. And this is my grandson's little slide that he's not using anymore. I just use it as a stand for this particular container that is going to be used in the future. This is another container that was salvaged from the trash, and this time my husband actually got this one, brought it home for me. And this plant in here, my mom gave me a little teensy beany piece of plant that was dying, and I took it home, planted it somewhere, and when it got bigger, I planted it in this pot right here. This is also another pot that was salvaged. Look at this. It's a big old well, don't know, but it's gray. The material is very sturdy and it is very thick. Now over here, these are some black pots that my husband salvaged, I think 4 years ago, when I was living at my mom's before we actually bought this property. He brought them home for me, and these are my what should I say, my beginners containers. I actually started my gardening journey with those containers. Right, so here are a few more containers that was salvaged from the trash. I think I salvaged this one and the crate, and the one that have the flowers in it, my husband brought that one and this one. And these were actually among the first set of containers that I started my gardening with, like for over 4 years. So guys, if you're going out and about and you see anything, if they even have holes in it, trust me, we can work on them and make them containers to grow stuff in. All right, so on this nice little DIY table right here, as a matter of fact, let me show you the stand, guys. And this stand was actually salvaged from the trash as well. I do have a video when I was taking it out of the trash. I am going to try my best to find that video as well. Put it in the description so you can see of a fact that I took this old table or desk from the trash. All right, now these containers, I purchased them at the dollar store, and they are very thick and sturdy. And I had one intention when I was actually purchasing these containers, guys, to plant my rosemaries in, and I recently transplanted some more in these ones. But what I noticed is that these ones, they're very easy to burst. So if you are going to buy them, guys, test the material, try them, because when they are this flexible, they are the better type to buy. Now this one is actually a repurposed one. I believe either my mom gave it to me or I purchased plants in them and have them to repurpose. So this is another one of my terracotta pots, along with the platter that I salvaged from the trash, with those ones over there. And these white ones, I got them from my mom. This is another container that I salvaged from the trash, and what I'm doing here is to put the pots inside of them to water, to make watering easier, as a matter of fact. And this is another one that I took out of my kitchen. It was a very good baking tin until it started to get rusty in the bottom. See there? So I'm now using this to keep these little pots in here so I can start my plants in them and water them properly. And these little pots, they were given to me by my mom as well. So if you know anybody, guys, that loves flowers or love plants, and they have anything like that that is thrown away, for the love of God, put away your pride and just go and ask. Ask and it shall be given unto you. Okay? No, these were amongst the ones that I bought at the dollar store, and they're very cheap. So if you want to go ahead and buy some, no problem, go and buy it. But I prefer not to buy this for this coming year. I am going to try my best not to buy any containers. I'm going to be repurposing a lot of stuff. Now this bin, I brought it home from work along with this one, and this is another pot that my husband brought home for me. And all of the pots that I'm showing you guys, most of them is what I got from somebody who knows that I am a gardening enthusiast. So they'll just bring the containers to me if they know that I need it. Now, so what I've started doing a few months ago, I started cutting my juice bottles, and these are specifically cranberry juice bottles. I love the shape of them. I normally cut off the bottom section of them down here, and I would turn them upside down like this to use them as mini greenhouses. But because I am planning to expand my garden in the coming year, I started cutting them like this and putting holes in them, and I'm covering some plants, and as soon as the plants get bigger, I am going to be removing these bottles and I am going to be planting stuff in them. And down in here where I have my lovely callias is another pot that was salvaged from the trash, because trust me guys, some people, you know, when they're throwing out stuff, you know, they don't care what it is, they just throw it in the trash. And guess what? I think God allowed that to happen for us to get these goodies to put in our gardens. So this is another salvage pot, and these are some coffee creamers bottles for all my coffee lovers. If you have any coffee creamer bottles in your house that you are planning to throw away, don't throw them away, because here I have my coffee creamer bottles on a tripod, old tripod stand. See, all I did was to put some holes in the bottles and I stacked them up here, and this is here because I'm going to plant something in them. I already have some Cuban oregano in there, but I do not want to plant the same thing in all of the jars or the bottles, so I just left it. This is a little piece of mint. I think I didn't water it. Okay, now these are some more stackable pots that I bought at the dollar store. I love the look of them, and honestly, I actually bought them for decor purposes because they are extremely beautiful, and they come in a variety of colors. They come in the green, this color, and terracotta color that I originally started with, and those ones, they are busted and disgusted. I actually throw them out, and at some point sometimes I go back to look at them to see if I can actually grow stuff in them. Now this one here, I remembered my mom took me to a big old warehouse where they were selling wholesale stuff, and I saw that pot and this one. I think I got both of them for $3. Was it $3? I don't remember, or $6, something. But I love the color and I love the quality of the material, so I bought them. And these plants is going to come out, you know guys. I will be taking them out, so I am actually propagating these plants for my other property, so they will be coming out soon. And as you all know, these are 5-gallon buckets, and my husband brought these home because he works in construction. My loving husband, he just knows what I need for my garden. Trust me guys. So what I did, I have them washed, properly washed. I took out the paint and I have them sitting for a while before using them. I think was I composting in them? I believe so, something like that, yeah. And now I have my cauliflowers growing in them. And guys, as you can all see, I also have these big old half of 55-gallon barrels, And can I tell you that these are the best thing that has ever happened to me. I thank God for the day that I met my church brother who works at this place, who started sourcing me with these containers. And all I have to do, guys, is just to give him some of the fruit of my labor whenever I harvest anything. Trust me, isn't that a good deal? So if you knows anyone that works in any entity at all that have these containers, and you can get them for free, even if they cost $10, guys, trust me, it's a good investment. Well, I'm actually telling you not to buy containers, and look what I'm doing and telling you to spend money. But if you want to spend it, spend it. But I prefer to get them free. I would have to do some sort of deal to get them for free, okay? So you can probably do like what I did, just promise them some of the stuff that you are going to grow in return for the containers. And guys, before, oh my gosh, I forgot that this is actually a garden tour, a garden tour. So I should be showing you guys what the things is actually looking like that I'm growing down in the garden. So the garden is actually back from the ruins. Oh my God. I mean, I am so excited about everything that is happening in the garden now. I'm even forgetting stuff. But guys, look at the mustard, the bok choy, and my kale. And I think I have some garlics planted on in here as well. I'm not seeing any. And I have a lot of zinnias, and I have different type of kale as well. I need to go back over there and show you something. So this is one of my Brussels sprouts. Yes, and underneath those bottles right here, I have some bell peppers. This is a piece of basil. And guys, next year is going to be my winning season, because this Scotch bonnet pepper is putting out so many flowers. A lot of them is actually falling off, but I know that some of them is going to survive. I might have to take off the camera and try to zoom it up a little closer for you to see. Yes guys, but by the grace of God, they are going to survive. Coleus for free. Went to my brother's home one day and I saw him cut some coleus, and they were thrown like in the trash. He was piling them up to throw them in the trash, and I just picked up a few pieces, took them home, stuck them in an area, and now I have all different types of coleus growing. I actually bought these several months ago. It was just one plant and I propagated it, and all of these guys, wherever I go and I see plants, I'll just take a little piece. And I think this one I purchased one pot and I planted it in a barrel, and it just spread out, and now I have a lot of this that I can plant out. This is my other barrel with the same thing that's in the one I just showed you. So this is kale, but I don't remember what type of kale that is. And giant mustard, bok choy, and this is the red Russian kale. And I do have a lot of zinnias, and I think I have 2 peppers. I'm not sure if those are jalapeno peppers or what type, but they are peppers. And I recently learned that this is called an impatient, but I know it as a periwinkle, more coleus. And this is another Scotch bonnet pepper that is fighting for its dear life. Okay, basil, and I have another Brussels sprouts, some more peppers. Oh gosh, Jesus guys, the struggle is real, I tell you. Look. But what must I do? And this is one of my cayenne peppers, struggling, but it looks as if it's going to make it. I have some propagated Thai basil, and these are peppers. So I don't know if I should actually go in a circle that way, or if I should just go straight into this area. But you know what, I have to start somewhere. But anyways, this is one of my pigeon plant. I think I only have 2 pigeon plants for this year. The others died, but thank God he left me with 2, and they are now putting out their first set of pigeon peas. So probably by January, February, I will have a lot of pigeon peas to harvest. Free flowers, free flowers. So this is from my mom or somewhere, my brother somewhere, but I know for a fact that this one is from my mom. I've always loved this. I have it growing in my front yard, so I've decided to bring some around to the back to, you know, to enhance the garden a little bit. Yes, and guys, this grape has never ever borne any fruit. See, never ever. I pray this year is your winning season year. Okay, same thing in this container. And now these have some Malabar spinach in them, dried down. I'm going to be planting something. I'm not sure what I'm going to be putting in these containers as yet. Okay, so now in these 5-gallon barrels I have, not barrels, 5-gallon buckets, I have 2 tomatoes. And all of these buckets, guys, every single 5-gallon buckets that you are seeing in my garden right now, I did not pay for a single one. I either got them from the person that sources the 55-gallon barrels, or my husband brought these home. All right, so I have tomatoes, peppers, and I have this is a rosemary that I propagated, some oregano, and these bottles right here, they're actually juice bottles, and these are some of the first bottles that I actually cut the bottoms. If I had known, I would have cut off the top section, use it as a little mini greenhouse so I could have them to grow in. But that's how it goes. There is many more where this came from, so I am not worried at all. Okay, so in here I have aloe vera, rosemary, bell peppers, basil. Same thing for this one, mustard, aloe vera, rosemary. Oh, I'm passing these. So all of this is one of the pots that I started my gardening with, that my husband brought home. Why is this bucket turned like that? Gosh, I have to turn it, guys. I don't like to see things out of place. The handle should be facing me, so if I need to lift it, it's going to be very easy for me. Another one of the pots that I started my gardening with, and this is a detergent bucket. I think a powder soap comes in this. So basically, guys, what I have in all of the 55-gallon barrels is just bell peppers, basil, rosemary. Oh, I did say I have 2 pigeon pea plants, but I lied. I didn't remember this one. So this is a 3rd pigeon pea plant. Wow. Forgive me, Jesus. I didn't lie deliberately. Another 5-gallon bucket and some more pots. And here I have some baskets that I salvaged from the trash as well. And this bucket here, I think my mom and I, we bought the Mosianda flowers in these. I'm going to be showing you those plants as soon as I get over there. Now this container here is a oxy. It's just a detergent bottle. Let me just put it at that. I don't need to tell you what type, but it's a detergent bottle. So for those of you who is throwing out your detergent bottles, you don't have to do that anymore. You can save them to plant stuff in, and you can also use them to store water for your garden. And this is another juice bottle that I cut, and I have it hanging right here. You can try that as well. Now guys, this is a recycling bin. See, it says recycle every day. Thank you for doing your part. I got these from one of my church brother who is now deceased. May his soul rest in peace. I really appreciate the day he brought these to me. And there's a lot of things that you can plant in these containers. It's all up to you what you want to plant, guys. My main goal here is to show you how you can source your containers, where you can get them from, so you don't have to spend a penny, a nickel, a dime, whatever currency for containers. We just recycle what we have. Now, this is a bucket that a friend brought to me. Well, she brought a few of them. She actually brought those square ones and some small round ones. I think I have them somewhere up there. And she was working at a Publix. So if you know anyone that works at a Publix, you can go and ask them nicely if they can provide you with some buckets, or go directly to the Publix store, or even the hospital. The hospitals do have some as well, guys, that you can ask and just get your containers. Start composting in them. Put a little kitchen scraps, some native soil. Let them stay until next year, if that is when you are going to start your garden. And now here is the best part of my garden. So this is actually my raised garden bed made out of baskets, and I think that was the last video. No, not the last one. You recently saw that video when I was showing you all how to create your raised garden bed. See, I have a lot of goodies planted in them. And guys, trust me, I am going to be filling out all those empty spaces that you see grinning at you and me. I'm going to be filling out. Nothing must be, I don't want to see any soil. They must be covered with plants or something. Up top here, I have some more bottles, preparing them for some flowers or some mint. And this is a piece of mint that I propagated. And these long pots right here, I bought these, I think, at a Family Dollar about 2-3 years ago for $3 each. I didn't buy them all at once. So, you know, I think I buy them two because I don't like odd numbers. And now I have my beautiful strawberries growing in them. Guys, I keep forgetting that I should be showing you what I'm growing, because this is also a garden tour. So over in here, I have some green onions, some mustard, and these are some green onions that I sowed recently. And this is called fresh cut. I think I have a few peppers left in here, because this was where I sowed my red and yellow bell pepper seeds. I have some mustard over in there, and I think I have a few cabbages that I need to take out as well. Yes, and I just showed you the strawberries. This is a radish, and I remembered when the seeds, oh gosh, guys, I have to come and cover this. I have to come and cover this radish. I have to. I'm going to get some of the soil that I'm making to cover that. All right, and thyme that I am propagating. And these are some lettuce that I am allowing to go to seeds. More containers, and I got all of these from somebody. I didn't pay a single dollar or a penny for any of these, guys. I got all of them for free. And if you take care of your containers, they can last you for a very long time, because remember I told you, these are the ones that my husband brought home literally over 4 years ago, and I still have them. Take care of your stuff, guys, okay? Now let me show you something though. So these ones, they can become a little prickly if you leave them in the sun. So I would recommend that whatever you are going to plant in them should be like plants that love the shade, so they can last you longer. And along the fence line, this is the mossienda that I bought in one of the black pots. And this is my lime or lemon that I started from seeds. And along my fence line here are the original black pots that I started gardening in a few years ago. And I am propagating flowers. I am propagating a lot of coleus. And these are some palm seedlings that I'm growing as well. I need to fill this area with something. Another mossienda plant. And guys, These are the plum trees that I planted in here. I think one of them is dying, and I am not seeing anything on the stick that I got from my brother. Don't know what is happening. And this is my lime plant. I actually took off all the leaves, guys, that have the leaf manners on it, you know. And these are actually fresh new leaves that is coming out. And look what the leaf manner is doing to them. Oh my gosh. These leaf manners, they don't want to see this plant surviving. They don't want to. And look, guys, look. The plant was actually drying up. So I have to come and prune this. I have to. This papaya plant, it's probably a male papaya plant. I don't know the difference. So if any one of you knows how to tell the difference with a male papaya plant from a female one, I would say, because there is no fruit on it yet, that is my way of telling if it's male or female, but I believed there is some other way to distinguish them. All right, so here's another pigeon pea plant right here. Guys, I have visitors. Look at them. Anyways, so all the sorrels in here have finally gone home. I'm not going to say another word. My cherry tree that I started a few years ago from seed, and I have a few of the sorrels still struggling in here. So in these half a barrels now, guys, what I'm doing, I'm actually composting in them. So I have a lot of native soil in them, and I am now throwing kitchen scraps, burying kitchen scraps in them. So come next year, the soil is going to be enriched and ready to be used in the garden. I have this peanut growing from God knows how long. I am going to come and harvest it one of these days to see if there's any peanut below there. And this is one of my blueberry plants. I forgot to show you guys the other two over there. And this is a flower that I'm also propagating. I should be taking this out, I don't know when. Another peanut. So these are actually empty, guys. I am composting in them, as I said. And papaya, and this big old coconut tree. Look, imagine now, look how big. Look how big. And then let that little one over there. This little one over here, putting him to shame. Look at the amount of coconuts. And you know what? God forgive me, I'm not going to do that. It's like when you're judging somebody. I'm not going to do that. Bible said I must give thanks and everything. So Lord, I thank you for that coconut tree over there. Even though it does not have a lot of coconuts on it like this one. But you all know what we can bear. What we can manage. So I thank you, Lord. Forgive me. Forgive me for complaining and murmuring. I thank you. Yes, so I'm back over here. As I said, papayas. And one of the things that I want to do in the coming year, guys, is to start growing more papaya plants to get the leaves to be used for mulch. Here is my blackberry bush. I took it off the trellis and I dipped it in some soil there to try and propagate it. I am going to be checking on that in a few days' time to see if anything is happening with it. And I harvested most of the beans that I have growing in here. This is another papaya plant. I actually planted, took it from somewhere else, I think. Okay, now this is my apple that I have been growing from seeds. Let me see what's happening up here. Somebody told me that I should cut off the tops, you know. It is now 3 years, so I'm going to give it a little bit more time to see if anything is going to happen. And this is my Malabar spinach that is getting wild. I might have to cut down some of it and plant it elsewhere in the garden. And I recently planted some beans in here because most of the chickpeas, they never came up. So there's only one in here, and this is orange lemon or lime that's volunteer. This is us. As a matter of fact, all these plants, the orange lemon or lime plants, they're all volunteers that I found in my yard. Chickpeas trying to grow. Beans coming up. More beans coming up. And I should be covering all of this soil with something. Not sure what yet. Behind me, orange lemon or lime. As I said, I don't know what they are. And I need to take this out to take to my food forest in the other property. Oh, and I have a pineapple in here. And this is my yellow pear tomato. Thank you, Jesus. Girl, you're showing up for me. I love you. How are you doing? And I just took some cuttings from this plant, you know, guys, to propagate. It's looking good. Soursop. Still, they're trying, you know, they're just doing their thing. And these are some corns and beans planted down in here in my half of 55-gallon barrels. My cashew plant have shed all its leaves, but now I can see new growth coming out on it. Thank you, Jesus. I have some pineapples and some mint down in there. Akis, soursop, corn and beans, soursop. Guys, I'm trying to move fast now because this video is getting too long, and I cannot wait for the day to harvest some sweet potatoes. I saw a flower a few days ago, and they said that whenever you see flowers, that means sweet potatoes is ready or is almost ready. And the what do you call these again, the chickpeas, a few of them still thriving. And this is a pineapple, and my callaloo coming up very nice. And here's a lot of callaloo and marigold plants as well. And I came yesterday and saw that I still have some Brussels sprouts plant over here that needs to be transplanted. All right, so now I'm heading back over there to show you what I have in those barrels over there. So right here, guys, is my mystery cabbage, and look at it. So my friend from over there in is it Venezuela? I don't remember, you know. Yes, but she said she tried growing cabbage this way and she got 3 heads, and she was the one that actually inspired me to try this method. And it looks like, I don't know, I might get something looking like Brussels sprouts, but even if I do, if that's what I get, I'm gonna be grateful. And these are some sweet peppers. Guys, did you know that sweet pepper is actually different from bell peppers? So the sweet peppers are the little tiny snackable ones, and the bell peppers are the big ones that we use for cooking. So these ones, you can just pick them. Oh, I think I see one. Let me see. All right, so here is one. I'm not sure if it is red, yellow, or orange. Yes, and I have mangoes growing out of compost. This is one of my blueberry plants, and unfortunately, guys, I am going to move the blueberry again because I need those 5-gallon buckets to plant some peppers in. So I have to be making space everywhere I go. I think I'm going to be planting them in these 2 right here beside the cherry. I don't know. It's just a thought, as I would say. All right, so back here I have some Swiss chard, cabbages, zinnias, and I should be planting some other stuff in these barrels. I'm not leaving an inch of space vacant this next year, guys. I'm going to be filling out everywhere with food. Food. In 2025, this garden must thrive. So I have cabbages, basil cabbages, kale, something. And this pepper here needs to be trimmed. Still standing. Cabbage and kale under here. Cabbages and kale. Just cabbages and kale. And I can see a little piece of turmeric popping out right there. I think I missed a spot back there, you know. But I think I will show it to you guys the next time that where I harvested my my turmeric. No, I really need to go in there because I missed something. I forgot to show you guys the carrots. These are some carrots, and this is a volunteer amaranth, red amaranth. So I'm going to take out the top of it and allow it to get bigger. And this is a pear. I tucked the seed on in here and it's growing so nice. This is a nesberry. I think I have some mustard and some other stuff growing. This is periwinkle. And I have purslane. So guys, if you see this thing growing in your garden, don't pull it out and throw it away. This is full of omega fatty acid. It's very healthy for its nutritional. It has a lot of nutritional value in it for us. And this is where I had some ginger. My friend Hazel was asking about the ginger. Hazel, this is all the ginger that is left in this bin. These two little pieces poking out. Here's another piece. And this is the evidence that the ginger was harvested. Yeah. Okay, so I recently took a piece of dragon fruit back there, guys. I think a family friend gave me that piece, but I have some dragon fruit that I took up on the road. So you can even salvage plants sometimes. It's not just containers you can salvage, but also plants. So I picked up some dragon fruit on the road and I have them still growing, and I'm going to be planting them somewhere in the garden. Not sure where. Okay. And here is a callaloo growing right there, and this is some leaf of life. Oh, and this papaya plant shedding its leaves now. Well, final days of the papaya, eh? Did I get everything? It looks like it. But I have one last thing to show you. I did show you that the grape was putting out a little leaf, and it's almost looks dead. I have to go and do some research to try and prune it and propagate it to see if I can get anything from. Oh guys, I showed you the buckets, but I forgot to show you. As a matter of fact, I didn't even see that I was getting more banana peppers. Look at this. Ain't God good? God is real. I'm not gonna start singing right now. But God is real. So look guys, look. Banana peppers. Banana peppers. Flowers and banana peppers. And this was the original one that I showed you guys. Hold up, let me fix my glasses. Yes, so this is the first banana pepper. Look at it. I gave it some fertilizer and it's trying to get bigger. And that one there looks almost dead. Yes, so did I show you the peppers over here? I was only showing you the containers. But these are yellow bell peppers. I have some more kale. So all of these peppers on this side, guys, they are yellow bell peppers. And the ones on this side, they are all red bell peppers. I didn't want to mix them up. All right. I have some more seeds inside. I think the orange ones that I'm going to be throwing somewhere in the garden. So guys, with all of that being said, I want to take this opportunity to welcome all of my newest subscribers to the Glaze Garden Girl Container Gardening family. Welcome. Please help me welcome them, guys. Just comment down below and say welcome to the family. And for all of my returning subscribers, oh gosh, guys, you are a tower of strength. You've been a tower of strength to me. For the persons who keeps encouraging me, especially one of my gems, Hazel. When I wanted to give up, Hazel said, don't give up, my friend. Don't give up, because maybe this is my purpose. Is that the word she used? I don't even remember. But I remember it was her and Mike from over there on Mike's Chaotic Garden. I hope you are doing well. I hope you're recovering very nicely, you know. I appreciate you all, guys. I really and truly appreciate you all. And for all the likers, the sharers, and the commenters who have not yet subscribed, how about hitting that subscribe button now so you can be a part of this wonderful, great, big family. Guys, you don't know how much I appreciate you. I really and truly sincerely appreciate you sticking around with me even when I felt like I want to give up. And actually sometimes I still consider it, because gardening is a lot of work. When I just started gardening, when I had a few little containers, and I said in one of my videos, oh, gardening is easy. Not an easy task. Not an easy task, guys. So for anybody who is planning to take up gardening, there's a lot of pros and cons in gardening. That's why I try to make it so much fun by doing other things in the garden, you know, to make myself happy so I can enjoy what I do apart from just growing the food. Now, looking at all of these containers and everything that I have constructed, just get up one morning and just say I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, it makes me so happy. I feel so fulfilled. And on top of it, it enables me to share what I grow with other persons. And that is also one of the joys, you know, one of the best feeling I can ever imagine or somebody can have is when you grow the produce and you're able to share it with someone else. So at this point, I know that you're going to be watching this video hopefully on Wednesday. So I'm going to wish you a happy, happy, happy and prosperous new year. If it is not on Wednesday, it's going to be Thursday and Friday. Happy New Year to one and all. So if you have not yet started your garden, go ahead and do so. Start salvaging containers, start getting your free seeds. Just do whatever you have to do to start your garden in 2025. Once again, this is the Glazed Garden Girl over here in Zone 10A, Florida. I love you, I appreciate you, and I will see you soon in another video. Bye-bye.